Some murder mysteries ask a simple question: who did it? But His and Hers asks something far more disturbing. What happens when love becomes violent and violence becomes justified? Netflix's His and Hers is not really about murder. It's about grief that curdles into obsession, about truth that fractures depending on who tells it, and about how easily morality collapses when someone believes they're protecting family. By the time the series ends, you don't just learn who the killer is, you're forced to ask whether justice even exists in this world. So, let's go deeper. Not just into the plot, but into why everything happened. When Anna Andrews returns to Dahlonega after a year of silence, the town treats her like a ghost. She doesn't come back healed, she comes back unfinished. Anna isn't just grieving her daughter, she's running from a past she never spoke about. Her disappearance after Charlotte's death wasn't only about motherhood, it was about old trauma resurfacing. And the show subtly tells us this from the start. The woods, the cicadas, the camera lingering on Anna's discomfort outdoors. These aren't aesthetic choices, they're memory triggers. The moment Rachel is murdered in those same woods, the show links Anna's present pain with her buried past. Jack Harper believes grief is something you manage. That's his fatal flaw. He wanted Anna to move forward. He wanted normalcy. He wanted order. And when Anna couldn't give him that, he found comfort elsewhere, with Rachel. Jack's affair isn't about passion, it's about control. Rachel represents a version of life untouched by grief, reckless, indulgent, unburdened. But by sleeping with Rachel, Jack unknowingly entangles himself with the very past that destroyed Anna. When Rachel dies, Jack doesn't just fear arrest, he fears being exposed as someone who failed everyone, as a husband, a father, and a detective. So he compromises the investigation, not to find the truth, but to survive it. Rachel, Helen, Zoe, Catherine, and Anna weren't just friends. They were bound by shared silence. The birthday night assault created an unspoken contract. If we never talk about it, it never happened. Rachel was the architect of the cruelty. Helen enabled it. Zoe rationalized it. Catherine escaped it. Anna endured it. This matters deeply, because His and Hers is not about one villain, it's about collective guilt. Each woman built her adult life on the foundation of that night, and guilt, when buried long enough, doesn't disappear, it mutates. Lexy Jones is designed to look like the killer. She changed her name, she erased her past, she replaced Anna. But Lexy isn't driven by revenge, she's driven by shame. Catherine ran away the night Anna begged for help, and she never forgave herself. Her transformation into Lexy isn't empowerment, it's self-punishment disguised as ambition. She doesn't kill Rachel, Helen, or Zoe, but she benefits from their silence. And that moral grayness is what makes her such a convincing red herring. Alice is the emotional core of the show, and its true horror. She is a forgotten woman, a janitor, not a professional, a grandmother blamed by herself for a child's death, a mother who watched her daughter disappear emotionally and physically. Alice has lived her entire life unseen, and that's exactly why she gets away with murder. When Alice watches the videotape of Anna's rape, something irreversible happens. This is not a moment of rage, it's a moment of clarity. In Alice's mind, the system failed Anna. The girls faced no consequences, and Charlotte's death was the final proof that evil goes unpunished. So Alice becomes judge, jury, and executioner. Alice doesn't kill in anger. She kills with purpose. Rachel's murder brings Anna home. Helen's death keeps her there. Zoe's death gives Anna a child again. Every murder is transactional. Alice isn't removing threats, she's rebuilding her daughter's life piece by piece. That's what makes her terrifying. She doesn't see herself as a monster. She sees herself as a mother completing her. The final letter from Alice is not a confession. It's a justification. And Anna's silence is the most important decision in the entire series. By not turning Alice in, Anna protects her family, preserves her future, ends the investigation, but she also becomes complicit. This is the final twist. Anna doesn't reject her mother's violence. She inherits it, not through action, but through silence. The series ends peacefully. Too peacefully. And that's the point. Evil doesn't always look like chaos. Sometimes it looks like a happy family, a pregnancy, a second chance. His and Hers argues that cycles of violence don't always end with blood. Sometimes they end with secrets. And the final question isn't, did Alice deserve punishment? It's, what kind of world allows love to excuse murder? His and Hers doesn't want you to feel satisfied. It wants you to feel uncomfortable. Because in this story, everyone is both victim and accomplice. And the scariest truth of all, if you were Anna, you might have done the same thing. On the surface, the finale looks like a classic thriller conclusion. Lexy is dead, Richard is arrested, the murders seem solved, Jack and Anna reunite, life moves forward. But the show's final 10 minutes reveals something far darker, because everything we believed was wrong. Throughout the series, we are led to believe maybe Jack is the killer, maybe Anna is hiding something, maybe Lexy took revenge. But in the final moments, we learn the shocking truth. Anna's mother, Alice, killed Rachel, Helen, and Zoe, not out of madness, not out of confusion, but out of cold, calculated, protective love. The ending reveals Alice's motivation step by step. First trauma, Charlotte's death. Alice was babysitting Anna and Jack's baby the night Charlotte died from sudden infant death syndrome. Even though it wasn't her fault, Alice blamed herself. She believed, I failed my daughter. When Anna disappeared for a year after the tragedy, Alice was left alone with guilt and loneliness. While Anna was gone, Alice started watching her old videotapes to feel close to her daughter. One day, she found an unlabeled tape. That tape contained the footage of Anna's 16th birthday party. And on that tape, Alice saw something horrifying.